Hey guys, happy January 31st to you. I am coming off of what is probably the most epic week I've had in a long time. I just got back from my very first Prüvit event down in Florida, Epik 2018, and I'm just feeling like all sorts of crazy amazing. I just drank my ketones. I'm feeling really good. I've been messaging people all day because there's so much amazing stuff going on with this company that I wanted to just make a quick video, just get like my thoughts out there. So I really have like almost nothing planned to talk about right now, but I just wanted to recap my first experience with Epik and my first Prüvit event. So if you are a prover right now and you're like, you haven't been able to get to an event yet, or if you are, kind of exploring your options, taking a look at Prüvit, and you kind of want to know what their events are about, I wanted to make this video. So again, I'm kind of just rambling, but I'm trying to get myself out there and get myself used to being in front of the camera. So I'm just going to share with you my thoughts. Let's see. So Prüvit is the second network marketing company that I've been with. And after I left the first one, I was totally over the network marketing thing. I decided it just wasn't for me. I'm super introverted. I'm not really super good about putting myself out there. I care too much about what people think. I get sensitive and I get nervous, and I just decided it just wasn't my jam. But I needed something in my life. I needed something to try, and I was just having all sorts of crazy issues with like my skin breaking out last year. I was having a hard time sleeping. My mood was all over the place, and so I kind of out of desperation was like, you know what? I've tried all sorts of other things. What's another $50 trying out 10 days of this ketone stuff? And, I gotta say, honestly, like it wasn't until the 7th day, like a lot further on than a lot of other people, that I really was like, okay, wow, I feel something. I feel different. I feel good. I feel charged up. And it just kind of kept going. And even though I didn't have this huge breakout, amazing experience with my 10-day, I decided just kind of something in me was saying, you know what, just give it a try. And so, with a 30-day money back guarantee, I decided, you know what, let me just buy a tub of the orange. And I tried it. And by the second month, I was sold. And then, I just kind of was like, okay, let me find out what the rewards are about. If I can be a prover or a promoter with this company and pay for my product, then hey, why not? And the more and more I started like diving into the company and getting on different calls and stuff, I realized that this was really the place I wanted to be. And this weekend just completely solidified it. I have never in my life been to an event sponsored by, my company that was so amazing. And what Prüvit does, and let me just kind of recap the things that I took away from that event. Prüvit always says that they lead by education. And, it's one thing to say that and another thing to prove it. And they did it. I mean, they really had the most amazing speakers all through this event. And, most notably, the people that really just stuck out for me were Dr. David Diamond. He is, and I have notes on him because I wasn't going to remember everything. He is a doctor in molecular pharmacology and physiology, in addition to all sorts of other things. I mean, his resume was like this big. So I decided that was probably the most relevant. And he talked a lot about just the deception that we have out there. We are so, as a society, ingrained into thinking that low fat is the right way to do things. And to delve into the 1960 study that led us to believe that and realize how many flaws there were with that, and to go into, the pharmacy side of it and see how even, the most well-known drugs that we see commercials for every day use really deceiving statistics to kind of get to where they are. So that was just a huge eye-opener for me. The fact that we just kind of see packaging in the United States that says all natural or organic or vegan and gluten, this and that, and we just kind of think, okay, well it must be healthy because that's what the box says. It was shocking to kind of really to see the levels of where we've been led to believe as a society, and how big of a role huge in the food industry has taken into being involved in the government choices for our nutrition. Dr. Ken Ford, he is the founder and director of the Florida Institute of Human and Machine Cognition. He was also really involved with NASA, as well as nominated to serve on the National Science Board by President Bush. He was a fascinating person to listen to. And our usual, our Prüvit experts, Dr. Andrea Campanelli, Dr. Heather Garden, among other people, were amazing in just breaking down the information that we have out there, making it easy to digest and making it easy for those of us that are new to ketosis and ketogenics to understand. So that was really fascinating. And so I really appreciated how much education they put first and foremost. And it was almost too much to digest, but I took just crazy amounts of notes. I got my little notebook here, and I just took so many notes, and I'm, slowly kind of taking it all in. But the fact that they just are making sure that you are aware of what you're putting in your body and how it all works together and how it leads you to feel the way you do is just fantastic. And it's just, the amount of support that you get from everybody is just amazing. And then last but not least was an individual by the name of David Goggins. And if you have not heard of this person yet, you need to run to Google and look up his name, David Goggins, Goggins. And he blew me away. I mean, I can't even tell you like what his big resume is, but he's an ultra marathoner now. But at one point he did the Navy SEAL training. He's the only person alive that has done the Navy SEAL training 3 times in 1 year. I can't even imagine what that was like. But he came from, the most meager beginnings. He really was set up for failure with how difficult his childhood was, and he could have just become what he was at one point, which was, he said he used to spray for cockroaches at Steak and Shake. But he pushed himself, and his big message was that you are entirely capable of doing what you set out to do. And he didn't consider himself special for doing and achieving all that he achieved. He just put his mind to it, and he never let himself believe that he couldn't do it. And his message was so huge. And the one big takeaway from him that I had was his question that he posed to us, which was, if you died tomorrow and someone wrote a book about you, would that book inspire other people? So if you think about that, I mean, that's crazy. And I mean, at first I think I kind of fell back and was like, yeah, totally. I totally inspire people. I mean, I'm like this great mom, and like I take care of this, house in the suburbs. And then I really dove into it, and I don't think I pushed myself nearly as hard as I need to. And I know there's so much more for me out there. And I know, I don't work out hard enough. I could push myself. This dude like freaking runs like 100 miles through the desert, and I'm like dying because I'm like have to do 20 minutes on the Peloton. Can you tell I'm totally rambling? But yeah, I mean, he was amazing. So my takeaway from Epik was that this company is so legit. Their events are so legit. I have never come away from anything like this feeling so excited, feeling so charged up, feeling so much more educated about what I'm in. And it was just fantastic. So again, if you are a prover and you have joined the company, it is totally worth it to go to these events, because you are really educating yourself. You are really, investing in your business. And if you are not with Prüvit, just know that their events are legit. I'm coming from a network marketing company that, I invested a lot of money going to their events, and I felt more disappointed than ever after going to those. So I wanted to leave you with that. That was my kind of recap of Epik 2010, 2018. It was an amazing time. It was my first time I went, not having ever met anyone with my team, and I left feeling so wonderful and feeling like I was really part of something special. So I'll leave you with that. Happy January 31st to all of you, and I will touch back with you guys soon. Have a great one. Bye.